What is the prompt? So prompt is the user input. A prompt is the input and instruction given to AI model like ChatGPT or other AI system, right? That is used to give the input and generate the response. In the field of the machine learning, or natural language processing or generative AI, prompts tell to AI what task it should to perform. Right. Here the example is the prompt structure is the how you organize your instruction so the model proceed the accurate. What exactly means? What input you have to provide to the AI model so that it can perform the good out. Right. So for that, r- different good prompt usually has a role and context. One another is the task, third is the constraint, and fourth is the output format. As well as example means during when we give the prompt to any AI model, at that time we need to perform some task, give to some example, provide the output format, which output format you want, and rules. Right? Let me explain one by one all this thing. Good prompt and bad prompt. For example, bad prompt is something like uh, explain a cloud computing. That is a bad prompt, right? Good prompt is you are a cloud computing expert, right? Explain cloud computing to the beginner. Constraint, what we will provide? That some exam or some simple languages, maximum 150 word. That is the constraint, right? Give one real world example. This is the constraint. And what we output we found short explanation and with some example, right? Why it works? Because we give a clear instruction and what we found that is the a response in style X, right? So style of the response and reduce the hallucination as well. What is hallucination? We will tell you in future slides. So this is the prompt. Prompt means something what the user provide as a input to the AI model. That is the prompt, and prompt should be very clear so that a AI model can understand what exactly you are trying to know and what output you want to know, and with example like this all these things if you will provide him, so AI model will explain everything very clearly. So this is the prompt. Prompt is something which is the provided by user as a input to AI model to get output. Thank you. System versus user prompt. What is the system versus user prompt? Modern LLM AI API separate prompt into the two roles. One is the use to Azure OpenAI service, that is the chat completion, right? System prompt. And system prompt control the model behavior and personality as well. For example, you are helpful for AI tutor that explain the programming concept simply. Always give a code example, right? This stay a constant for the entire conversation. So this is the system prompt and user prompt. Let me explain more. The actual request by the user is the called user prompt, right? Explain Python loops. This is the user prompt. And you are the expert software engineer who teach the beginner. This is system. User prompt Python loop with example, right? So more constant and the focus responses. What is the temperature and tokens? These temperature, these control how model generate the text, right? And temperature token is means temperature. What temperature is means if temperature value is lie between 0 to 1, right? So if temperature value is 0, then very deterministic behavior you will form. Whereas if temperature is 1, then it's go to the very creative response. Overall, if temperature is approx. Zero point 0.7, then you will get the balanced value, right? So you can see here, if temperature is 0, then very deterministic. You don't know what exactly means, what exactly you want, that you will go point to point, right? Whereas if value is 7, then balance, and if you will go with 1, then it will be good for the very creative value, right? Lower temperature point 2, best for the coding, summarizing, and QA system. High temperature point 0.9 for the storytelling, brainstorming, and market copying. So means if you want one-to-one value, then G 1.1.2 is very good. But if you want something very brainstorming, lots of things you want to know about that, so just go with the one, right? A point 0.9 temperature. So this is temperature. Token means the output what you get. That is the less something like few words is equal to as a one token. So that is also a chargeable thing. Whenever you get the response, that is countable. Once it will count. So let me explain here. What is a token? Token is a piece of the text of the model process. For example, chat GPT is amazing. Token roughly is the chat. GPT is amazing. Means one word is the one token. One word, chat is one token, GPT is one token, is one token, amazing one. So controls, max tokens, maximum response length, input tokens, prompt size, import because LLM have a context length. So tokens is the piece of the text, right? So basis of that, it you will get the response. If token value is fixed, so you will get the fixed response, right? If token value exceed about your size, then you will not get response after that. uh, Suppose if a token is you get the only 5 lakhs tokens after the response. So, and you are processing any model, trying to give some input and getting the output, and output value is less than 5 lakhs, then that is fine. But once it will exceed then 5 lakhs, it will stop giving response to you. So this is the something like token. Token is something which is a piece of text, which is counted by the model itself. What is a prompt chanting? Prompt chaining is breaking the complex task into the multiple prompts. Instead of a huge prompt, use step-by-step AI call. For example, blog generation. So step one is generate outline. Prompt, what it will do? It create a blog outline about the cloud security. Right? Output introduction, risk, and best practice. So prompt chaining is its prompt chaining means breaking your complex task into the multiple small prompts. So first step, what we were doing in generate outline. In that outline, introduction, risk, and best practices. Where is the step two? Expand the section. Write the detailed section about the cloud security risk. But step three, generate the final article. Combine the result, and this approach the common in the framework like LangChain, Microsoft, Semantics. So benefit of the prompt training is it's controlled, accurate, and easy, right? What is the guardrail? Guardrail ensure the AI behavior safety and predictable. Use heavy in production. Gen AI app use the guardrail. Prompt guardrail is the add the rule inside the system prompt. For example, if you don't know about the answer, say I don't know. This is the do not make up the information. So this is the prompt guardrail, right? If our model don't know about answer, there is no need to explain that thing. Simply say I don't know. Input filtering means user check the input enforcing sending the model and the block contain hate speech, illegal restriction, prompt injection. So these are the input filtering. Means during the user input, we need to filter it. If hate speech are there, illegal restriction are there, or prompt injection are there. That is the input filtering. Output filtering, check the AI output before showing to the user. Once our output is coming to the user, before that we need to check that is it hate or sexual contact and violence. So whatever that is, we need to Azure AI context safety filter are written there. So before come to output, it will filter it. So one is the input filter, once the user write, and another is the output filter. Once you get the response, right? And first is the prompt guardrail. Prompt guardrail means there is no need to confuse the user or simply say no. So prompt guardrail, you input filtering, output filter. Oh, yeah, this is the code of guardrails, right? What is RAG guard? RAG means retrieval guardrail, right? When retrieval uh, generation only allow a model to answer from the trusted document. For example, answer only using the provided company document. If your answer is not in your document, say not found. This prevents the hallucination. So this is the retrieval guardrail.